Hey, what's up, guys? I want to quickly react to the launch press conference for Canelo Kovalev. It was a pretty good conference. Got me hyped for the fight. You know, man, God bless the zone. Thank you for the zone, man. Isn't it nice to have a service, a platform where you get all of the fights with no pay per view price? Just pay your subscription, whether it's monthly or yearly, and you get everything. You know, from I mean, from now till the end of the year, the zone schedule is awesome, and this fight on November 2 is going to be a very intriguing fight. We got my number 2 pound for pound fighter in the world, Canelo. Um, a guy who's tough, skilled, power. Really no weakness in his game. Been in there with a lot of good names in his career. Already a Hall of Famer, multiple division champ. Going against a future Hall of Famer is Sergey Kovalev, light heavyweight. One of the best light heavyweights in history. Former unified champ who was definitely near the end of his career. Hell, this could be his last fight. Who knows? I'm happy that he's getting one last big payday. At least one. For everything that he's given the sport and giving us as fans. The nights and the fights, the memories. It's good for a guy like this to get a good payday going out. But you know, Canelo opened at some casinos, opened as a minus 500 favorite, a 5-1 favorite over Kovalev. Now I figured he would open as a favorite. I didn't know it would be that big. You know, hell, he was. Hell, he was. It wasn't even that. He was a slight favorite in the rematch with Golovkin. You know, and at times he was a slight underdog. And Kovalev, a much bigger guy. A strong guy, light heavyweight. Open up is that big of an underdog. I'm looking at them do the face off and looking at the size difference. But you can't be fooled with it because Chavez Jr. was much bigger than Canelo. Uh, Danny Jacobs was, Rocky Fielding was. All these guys much bigger than Canelo, and yet he still beats these guys, man. He finds these guys in the ring and he wins. And everybody's talking about Canelo's body punches. Kovalev being weak to the body. Um, and that is true. And you know, I I am favoring Canelo, but for some reason, man, with the odds being as big as they are, and depending on how they go, um, it is very tempting to put, some money, not big money, but some money, uh, on Sergey Kovalev, depending on the odds, man. Uh, because I don't think the odds should be that wide. What if Kovalev lands on Canelo? Now, Canelo was not easy to land on. Very good defensively, and he's tough. You know, he took a hard shot from Dan Jacobs at one point during that fight, and he ate it. Did not buckle or go backwards. But I think this is a different level of puncher. Really that he's ever faced. A light heavyweight in Kovalev. A guy who can hurt you and knock you out with a jab. He did to Anthony Yard. He did to another guy years ago on HBO. I cannot remember the guy's name, but yes, he can knock a guy with a jab, man. And if he's able to find Canelo, with his jab, how will Canelo react to it? If he can line up a straight right on Canelo, how will Canelo react to it? I can't. Even though Canelo was tough and has a great chin, I cannot, say that he can easily take Kovalev's punches. That he wouldn't or could not get knocked out. I cannot say that, man. Kovalev's a hell of a puncher, man, and has been for years. And even though he's not in his prime anymore, uh, he still packs a punch. So, um, this is a very intriguing fight, man. It's a very intriguing fight, and this was a good press conference. I was feeling kind of bad for Kathy Duva seeing her sit up there, getting taken to the cleaners by Top Rank. She made that mistake signing that ESPN deal for Kovalev. She should have went straight to the zone. Eddie tried to get her, but she wouldn't listen. She could have saved her at least $1 million, if not more. But yeah, I noticed she didn't say nothing about Top Rank, nothing about ESPN up there. I was like, damn, man, poor Kathy. Oh boy, but like I said, I like Kathy Duva, man. I like Sergey, and I like Buddy McGirt too. I'm glad they all are getting to participate in a mega fight. With the biggest name in the sport. All making great paydays, and man, I can't wait for this fight, man. It's gonna be a very intriguing fight. Um, really, and you got to commend Canelo for stepping up, man. If Canelo wins this fight, if he wins this fight, um, he will overtake Terrence Crawford as my number one pound for pound. It's as simple as that, man. It's kind of when you really think about Canelo's skill level and resume and what he's done. How he really blows guys out. Like me personally, I don't think either Golovkin fight has been close. Um, but it's really only he did lose to Lara. He got a gift in that fight. All right, but losing to Lara and Mayweather. You know, other than that, the guy's been very dominant in his career, and he has a very impressive resume, very high skill level. So, if he can, go up to 175 and beat Sergey Kovalev, man, especially if it's in a dominant, impressive fashion, whether it's a pretty one-sided decision or if he knocks out Kovalev, that would be very impressive and worthy of number one pound for pound. Kovalev, you can tell, he's happy, he's excited. Um, I think it's safe to say this could have rejuvenated Kovalev. And in the interview with Chris Mannix, he was saying how it's good for him to not really have a big break between fights to kind of go from, one fight and then shortly after into another. And though he may have a point, man, to not get heavily out of shape, to still be in relative good shape. But McGirt's gonna manage his training and make sure he's well rested, and not overdoing it in camp, so he can pace himself well leading up to the fight and in the fight. We know what happened with Andrew Ruiz. He had a training camp, a fight, and then shortly after fought AJ and had great success. So, the quick turnaround could be good for Kovalev, man. And you can just tell. To me, I think that definitely the payday. He's happy about the payday. Happy about the occasion being in one of the biggest fights of the year. Hell, probably I would say the biggest fight of his career. The other ones would be the Andre Ward fights. Um, Andre Ward was on the level of star as Canelo. So yeah, I'd say this is the biggest fight of Kovalev's career, and he's fighting a smaller guy. I think he is looking at Canelo like he food, man. Like he can just hit, hurt, and knock Canelo out, man. I think he's thinking that this small guy won't be able to deal with his power. If and when he touches him. Yeah, and he should feel that way. He should feel confident, and I mean, with what he's done to guys, his size and his career, he should feel that way about Canelo. Not underestimate him, but just feel dominant and superior because of his size. And he ain't no chump. It's a legendary light heavyweight. So um, I'm looking forward to this fight, man. And it was a good conference, like I said, and I can't wait, man. Like I said, thank God for the zone, man. Get to watch this fight, no pay per view. I'm still on the $10 a month because I had the zone before they changed the price, and I have not paid for annual subscription yet, but I'm still on $9.99, and I'm loving it, man. I'm absolutely loving it. You know, I want pay per view to die. I'm thankful for services like the zone. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you thought about the press conference, what you think about the fight, and I will check in with you guys soon. Thanks for watching.